Hey guys, my name is Anna and welcome to Live Love Lang, the channel where we teach you how to learn multiple languages and how to go abroad. Today we are looking at 3 original templates that I made. I use them daily and I decided to share them for free, so maybe you can enjoy them too. You can find all the templates in the blog post linked down below. They are really easy to use. You can print them in different sizes and paste them in your bullet journal, or keep them in your notebooks, wherever you have easy access in your daily life. I think that planning and keeping track of your life is important to allow you to be in control of how you're living and to help you reach your goals effectively. So let's start! This template is amazing because it can work both as a planner and as a tracker. How? Let's see together. So first of all, you see that we have a column for every day of the week. Then we have all the hours of the day here on the side. Each square represents 15 minutes. So for example, here we have 1 AM if blank, 1:15 AM, 1:30 AM, 1:45 AM, and then 2 AM, where all the squares are filled. In this way, you can fill spaces in the grid, which will help you visualize how much time you will spend on a certain task during the day. In the top right corner, I usually write the dates, but you can also write the single numbers on top of the columns and use that space for your art. On the top left corner, you can see some squares. These will be our key to read the map. It's good to color code, but you can also use shapes or whatever comes to your mind. I always use my markers because I love their colors. So, for example, let's say that I have school from 9 AM to 1 PM. I will take my yellow marker and fill it in like this. Appointment to the doctor on Friday at 4 PM? Easy. Dinner with boyfriend on Wednesday at 7 PM? Done and done. Another thing I usually do is to plan and write down what I will eat for lunch and dinner every day. Having everything displayed visually helps me plan when to go shopping and also keeps track of how healthy I'm eating. But this isn't the only thing you can track with this template. For example, I always track my sleep. I fill in all the squares correspondent of my sleep time the day after. And I also write down when I have trouble sleeping, or when I have nightmares, and so on. I use this template a lot because it's just great to have everything focused on one place, nicely displayed and visually pleasing. I use this template to keep track of how much I'm studying. You can use it for school studies, but I think it's the most effective to self-track individual study. As you can see, on the left side we have a calendar organized by weeks. This means that each line represents a week. The grid on the right side is where we will keep track of our weekly improvements. So let's say that from April I decided to study 4 subjects: Spanish, Chinese, guitar, and calligraphy. There are several ways to do this. For example, you can divide the grid in 4 equal columns and use each one for every subject. But what I do is dividing the grid in 3 square wide columns. Since I am really busy with work, I don't have a lot of time to dedicate to study, and so I fix my goal to practice each subject at least 3 times a week. So, if I manage to practice for 15-30 minutes, I fill in a square, and it's really satisfying. I also make a little key next to the tracker to use letters to remember what I studied. For example, you can write G for grammar, V for vocabulary, and so on. I also like to keep some space on the side just in case I want to start studying something new. Of course, you can set a different goal based on how much time you have to dedicate to self-study, because you are the one that makes the rules. The checklist is my favorite. What I do is, first step, I write the date here at the beginning, when I decide I have to do something or where somebody asks me to do a certain task. This way I can keep track of for how long I procrastinated on it. Second step, I write the content of the task. You can be creative and use color coding for different subgroups of tasks, like red for friend-related things, orange for study matters, and green for housekeeping. There's also enough space to fill with stamps, stickers, and drawings. You can be as creative as you want. and at the same time you can make boring tasks appear more appealing to complete. Third step, I read the deadline date for that task and the priority I give it. For example, a high priority task could be paying rent due next week, while a low priority task could be writing an essay for next month. But let's say that the deadline is getting closer and closer and closer and you still didn't write your essay. You can fill in more boxes and simply make this task's priority higher. Last step. When a task is finally done, you can get creative in wiping it out from the list. What I like to do is really strongly erase everything, to really feel the satisfaction of completing it finally. And then I put some washi tape on top to make it more aesthetic. And I really like this final look. But of course you can also just cross the last box, or add a sticker, or draw something, whatever makes you feel more comfortable. I recommend using this template for anybody who tends to procrastinate like me. It's a good way of keeping track of everything, and I think that crossing off a task from a list will make you feel really satisfied and proud of yourself, so you can be more productive in the future. Alright, that was it for today. I hope you could learn something new from this video, and don't forget to download the free templates from the link in the description. For custom template or template packages for specific learners, send us an email and we can help you make some. We also do language consultation for people who want to study languages on their own but are struggling to figure out what to do or how to progress. Check out more on our website, or email us with whatever inquiry. Also leave a thumbs up and subscribe if you like the content, and if you want to see more, please leave a comment down below. Check out also our blog and our Patreon if you want to support us. Well, thank you for stopping by and have a good day! And then I put some washi tape on top to make it more aesthetic. Aesthetic. And aesthetic. Why there's an H there? What?